Blog Talk Radio.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot, oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now, for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only, Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker, and I am here with my co-host, Patricia Kirkman, PK. How are you in Tucson?
Oh, we're just kind of melting down a little bit. We haven't had any rain yet, so the humidity has now started. So not only is it hot, but it's hot and humid, and we're just not used to the humid part.
No, that's not a good thing in Arizona, huh? That's no.
No.
Well,
it's okay.
I'm glad.
They keep saying we're going to get rain. They can keep
saying
it. It's just not happening.
Oh, boy. Well, I've heard about rain, but yeah.
I've heard
Isn't it the monsoon season?
Yeah, it is. It is that, so that's why it's so much hotter than... Well, you feel the heat more because of the humidity. There's no rain in sight for us locally or close by, but a couple days ago, our friends down in Douglas area, they got rain overnight, but not us.
Not you.
So
well, hopefully.
I should say tread the sand.
Yeah, really. Hope you're next. Gosh. Well, we've got some events coming up in the skies, and I know you're all excited to give us the warning. So here we go again, right?
Yeah.
Mercury retrograde. Talk to us, PK.
That's right. Well, it starts on the 7th, ends on the 19th. As we all know, when Mercury goes retrograde, unless you're born in a retrograde, it turns everything upside down and backwards. Anything to do with communications in any way, shape, or form is subject to be thrown right out of the water, or the lack thereof. And if anything breaks down, electronics, that you're going to see a lot of that. Don't throw it away. Don't run out and buy something new. The odds are possibly at the end of the retrograde, it may start working again. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but I'd rather take that little 2-week hiatus and find out for sure before I put a bunch of bucks into something. Besides that, during a retrograde, it's not a good time to buy anything electronic. Odds of it
That's
lasting.
right.
And we have to remember, cars, they've got all these big sales because of the 4th of July. Well, all that is electrical. We've got digital cars. Everything's in there. Not just plain old
computer-driven
parts and things anymore. That's right. So look out. We've got issues there. And the sad part about it is, do remember that anything to do with communications, like we are right now, things are tending to be turned around, misplaced, messages get lost, all types of things can and will be going wrong. So you may think you're hearing one thing when you're actually hearing something else. And so, dear God, don't invest anything right now. The odds of getting what you put your money in are slim to none. So just kind of hold close, put your feet up on the chair, and just consider this a time for hiatus called Let It All Go By.
All right. And isn't it a time also, Mercury retrograde, to just kind of review? Isn't it a review time? As much as none of us like to really do that because we like to move forward.
Well,
but,
yes. And it's anything that we've been working on, it's a good time to go over it. The odds are we won't complete it at the time, but we may find additional little tidbits that we want to work on more closely once this is over with. It's just hurry up and wait. Read what you've got. Go over it. You may change what's on there, and 2 days later you may change it again. So don't think of anything as being complete. It's to work with, look at, redo, review, and after the 19th, put it in motion. I mean, didn't we just have a lunar situation last night? Where did that take place? Gosh, I'm trying to remember now. I was watching it on the news. Go, God, that's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's black as can be, and then it's bright as can be.
It was another eclipse, huh?
Yeah, the eclipse. So many people had flown down to take a look at it. I'm thinking, God, that must be nice. To follow
quite an event.
So
yeah,
when you take a look at what's going on with this, the other thing to remember is this month is a 1 month. It's about fresh starts and new beginnings. Well, we're doing it with the retrograde about to take place, but we're starting it out with the retrograde on the 7th. We've got a couple of days to kind of get ourselves anchored a little bit, but it's all about reviewing, letting go of what we've just been through, but don't review, I should say, go forward. Make your list of what you want to do, get it moving, because you're going to find out that that's where you stand your opportunity for some good things to take place.
Okay, so we've got our plan. We've got our instructions. This is what we need to do over the next couple of weeks. Luckily, it's not a long Mercury retrograde. We've had some long ones, haven't we?
Oh, God, haven't we, though?
They've been horrible, but let's hope this moves quickly. So.
Well, since it's a 1 month, I'm going to hope that because it's all about what we individually do, putting it all together, that we stand a better chance of riding this one through without any major calamities, because we don't have to rely on others to take care of it. We only have to rely on ourselves.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, I like that. That's a little more manageable.
I trust me, and I trust you, so we're in good shape.
We're good. We're good to go. All right. Well, thank you for that.
We've got a great guest tonight, too.
Oh, my God. Do we have the greatest guest? Itzhak Beery is here with us tonight. We have so much to talk about. Soul healing, candle reading, Limpia. Oh, my goodness. He has it all, and he's just gotten back from Ecuador, where he sponsored a wonderful event for the second year running. We're going to hear all about that. And if you want to call in and ask Itzhak a question, the phone number is 563-999-3539. Again, that's 563-999-3539. We're talking all things shaman tonight. And before we introduce him, I just wanted to go through a couple of things. We have some paranormal news. Now, there was some talk about these crop circles popping up all over France. Apparently, they've had 6 of them. But some of them they think are hoaxes, which is always the case with these crop circles. Yeah. I never know what to think of these things. Do you?
I can figure them out myself, but what else is new? I'm a little slow on the uptake on some of those.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. And we do have a guest coming on the show in another month to talk about crop circles. So I've got a lot of questions about them. But all of a sudden, there have been 6 of them that have shown up. But some of them, they were able to find some tractor marks, so they knew they were man-made. But others they're not so sure. So I don't know why all of a sudden these things are happening in France. If there's a crop circle club that has taken it upon themselves to create these things. Yeah, but they've had quite a few of them. The other thing that's interesting, and I did post this on our Facebook page, so everybody, if you haven't gone there yet, take a look at all of our stories. They're all up there. There was a strange Twitter post by Tom DeLong. Now, we're not a big fan of this because, I don't know, he's promised certain things and certain disclosures that just haven't quite come about. Now, according to this tweet that I posted on our Facebook page for Supernatural Girls, he claims that things are going to come out, some negative, some won't make us happy, but he never says what they are. And this he posted in early June. We haven't heard a thing. So, meanwhile, I contacted our dear friend who has contacts, real ones, in some of these agencies. And he asked, he said, is disclosure forthcoming? And they said, no, not from us. So that's the word from the other side of the fence, that it's not coming. They've been, basically feeding us, leaking things out gradually. And we've all been sitting on the edge of our seat hoping that maybe they'd come clean with some of this. But according to my buddy and your friend too, not going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see. But so far, Tom has not provided us with anything solid.
We know that there were going to be secrets made known, and we've seen a bit of this, and we've watched different things taking place. But the door being opened and the banner being shoved out there to say, hey, this is it, has not happened at all.
No, which we kind of expected, because the only way it would happen is if pressure is being placed either from another superpower saying that they're going to release it if we don't, or they're going to release it first, or some other pressure from out of this world. So unless that's happening, then I don't see this coming about, because there's no benefit to the government for revealing that they've known about this for a lot of years. And so we'll see. It's a very interesting time to be alive. We're all hopeful we'll get some part of the truth, but I would imagine it'll only be part of the truth. So we will see. But in the meantime, everybody, if you need your numerology done, then PK is the one to see. So go to patriciakirkman.com. You can sign up for a private session with PK there, and you can also find her on our website, supernaturalgirls.com, and you'll find out everything you want to know about your name, your birth date, what's coming up, your skills, your challenges. PK will inform you as to all of that. And if you want a soul realignment reading, you can find me on supernaturalgirls.com. Just send me an email, and we can get that started for you. I am in the middle of a new class, which is going to give you a soul realignment manifestation map. This is something new from Andrea Hess. It's very exciting work, and it's very powerful work. And it's all about manifestation right now. That's the buzzword.
Yeah, it is.
But she has she's come up with this amazing work that will take this even further and simplify it for all the clients. So it's an add-on to the soul realignment. But if you're interested, just go ahead, send me an email, and I'm happy to discuss it with you. We can take it from there. And let's not forget those fabulous candles, magical candles made by Bruja, Katrina Brasbold, and me. They are available on the Supernatural Girls website. And just if you can't get that thing to work, I hear the shopping cart's working, but if you're having problems with it, just contact me directly by email. You can find me again at supernaturalgirls.com. And the candles are great. I'm getting lots of terrific feedback on them, so feel free to try them. They are full of real magic. And tonight, here we go. We have Itzhak Beery. He is a leading international shamanic teacher, healer, speaker, community activist, and author of 3 Amazon best-selling books. Since 1995, he bridges the spiritual and practical wisdom his indigenous teachers entrusted in him with a powerful contemporary approach relevant to our stressful and unbalanced modern times. Now, he is also the best-selling author of The Gift of Shamanism, Visionary Power, Ayahuasca Dreams, and Journeys to Other Realms, Shamanic Transformations, True Stories of the Moment of Awakening, and Shamanic Healing, Traditional Medicine for the Modern World. And he's with us tonight. So let's introduce him right now. Itzhak, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure and honor to be with you and with all the audience.
Well, thank you for joining us. And just so quickly, after your return from Ecuador, where you had this marvelous event, so I know this has been going on for 2 years that you've done this. So please tell our audience something about it, because we may have some members who want to participate next year.
It would be my pleasure. So, like a few years ago, my teacher, Don Jose Joaquin Pineda, who is from Iluman in Ecuador in the high Andes, asked me to bring people to Ecuador so they can actually experience shamanism for the real thing, not in hotel room, not in conference rooms, not in our regular setting in the West, but surrounded by the mountains, by the rivers, by the lake and the waterfalls, and and so they can also use their own plants and medicine and herbs and everything that they actually do and use. And when he suggested it to me, I said, "Oh no, it's too much work. It's too much to organize something like that." And I said, "No, maybe I would not do that." But then it was on a trip, and we went to the Amazon. And the Amazon, I had this moment of eureka, and I said, all right, maybe I'll call it the Andes Summit. I'll bring all the best shamans in the Andes together. Little did I know that when you are working with shamans, it's almost like you are trying to herd wild cats. They
you come back with scratches.
they all know each other, but they never really work together. And of course, each shaman thinks that he's the best and or she's the best, and the other shamans don't. And so last year we had the first Andes Summit at Ibarra in the high Andes, the area of Otavalo, which is the north of Ecuador, which is the most populated by indigenous people there. And they kept all this tradition for thousands of years. Even though the Spanish tried to erase all of it and forbade them from using the language, forbade them to using the ceremonies, they used to do it at very late at night. And so it's really people who are done this work for many years, and these are the descendants of all these old shamans that practice it for thousands of years. And so I created that event and invited people to come from all over the world, and we had about 40-something people, 45 people from all over the world in both this year and last year. They came from many different countries, from like 12 different countries, from Mexico to Portugal to Australia to Holland to Amsterdam to England to I forgot how many, Canada and the United States, and it's quite amazing group of people, and we had a most amazing life-changing experience. And the summit is divided into three parts. Actually, one of them is the teaching. Each shaman make a presentation, and it teaches the secret of what he's doing. Many times we are going to shamans and we don't really know what they do. We think that it's a magic or there's something unreal. But they explain the quality of the plants and the herbs and how they work with the energy field and how they take energy out and what's the power of the vibrations of sound and music and dance and movement, and so the philosophy behind all of it, it's such a rare opportunity to actually sit down and with the shaman and let him speak to you in a authentic, authoritative way about their work, and then after that, after these 3 days of master classes. The participant chose who to work with, what kind of shaman, who the shaman is the best suited for them. And that was incredibly powerful. They went to their shaman's home in the Andes, so it's not done in a class. It's done in their home with their authentic surrounding, with the mountains all around, and we have people with cancer, with skeleton problems, with digestive system, with women problems, all kind of different issues that they brought with them, and include possession and other illness that we have here in the West. And that was quite an amazing experience for all of them. It was life-changing. And then we went to the lakes, we went to the waterfall to wash and to make ceremonies there. And we participated in the most important holiday or celebration of the year, which is the solstice, the Inti Raymi, where all the Andes comes alive for almost a month of dancing and singing and celebration of food. We participated in the largest ceremony in Cayambe, where most of the government officials came to be there. We were like 5,000 indigenous people there, and we were the only tall people. We were the only Western people there, and they were so impressed. They announced us on the stage, and we marched through the altar, and it was a great impression on them, and they really appreciated that, because in those celebrations we came together with them. We came to learn with them and dance with them and participate with them with the ceremonies with them. It was quite impressive and beautiful event, and for many participants who, some of them had shamanic experience before and some of them never had before, it was really a life-changing event, and they changed the perspective of life. They experienced what we call the life in between the world, the world, the physical world and the spiritual world, but not as a concept, but as a real thing. They truly experience it through the healing and through the classes. It was just amazing, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it next year again. The Ecuadorian media, I was very surprised. The biggest television station from Quito came and did a special broadcast on that, and the local television and radio and newspapers. The largest newspaper in Ecuador wrote about that half a page. They were so impressed by our enthusiasm and our acceptance of their culture. But personally, from my point of view, is that we want also to have the Ecuadorian, the Ecuadorian society is divided into many different classes, and so the indigenous people are sometimes ashamed of their culture. The mestizos, those who are mixed races, they don't want to be associated with all those ancient practices, and those in the ruling government, they want to have nothing to do with it. But it turned out that they were so curious, and they were so through our experience that they now planning to have a day in our summit to invite only Ecuadorian to come to work with those shamans and meet with us, and so it's a truly the condor and the eagle prophecy coming together, flying in the
wonderful.
same blue sky together in harmony and peace. It's really was a quite amazing thing. Yeah, beautiful
it
event.
Sounds great.
I invite
now,
everybody
how can people get in touch with you, Itzhak, so that they can sign up for your next experience? How would they find you?
Well, they can go to our website. It's theandesummit.com, and then they can read all about it. They can read testimonials of people. They see the shamans. They can read all about the mission of the summit. And if they want, they can email us from there, and we will start registration soon for the next one. Luckily, we have a lot of people who were last year came again, and this year there's a lot of interest to come back again to work with the shamans, because what's really nice about all of it is that those participants they had a chance to sit with the shamans outside of the event and talk to them and develop a relationship with them, because we ate with them, we hang out with them. We went on the trips together. So they developed a very deep emotional family, which in the Ecuadorian tradition is called family relationship. They open their heart. They share about their life. The shamans were not just those stoic, figures that they are untouchable. They were humans, and those relationships are so important to develop. So they can do that. They can go to our website and register, or at least send me an email that they are planning to register, and then we will keep in touch with them. And they can always email me through my website, which is just my name.com, itzhakbeery.com.
Okay. That's great, because I know I'm already getting text messages asking about that. So I'm just taking care of that. So everybody knows how to find you. And now, you're not from Ecuador. You are not an indigenous person. So tell us just a little bit more about you. As we remember, but some of our audience members are new. And so I know they're going to be wondering, how did Itzhak Beery get here? Where are you from? Start there, and then, because I remember the story is wonderful, so please tell us this again.
Well, my mother was born in Poland, in a town called Kolno. It's on the border of the northeast of Poland. And then my father is from Belarus, from a city called Brestovice. And they were part of the youth movement before the war. So they escaped just before the war began, which is luckily for them, but most of our family were not so lucky. But because they were in the Zionist movement, they moved to Israel then, and that's where I was born. And they built a kibbutz, which is a commune, a farming commune on a mountain. It's called Gilboa, and that's where I was born. And they were very anti-religious, anti-spiritual, because they wanted to rebel against all their old tradition of the Jewish tradition, the religious tradition, the limitation of religion. And so I grew up hating or not liking any kind of religion practices. But in the kibbutz, luckily, we were very close to nature. We were experiencing nature firsthand, and we always celebrated the holidays. We celebrated nature in a way, the cycle of nature, the harvest, the spring, the rain, the dark nights, which is Hanukkah. All of those we gave all the Jewish holidays their real meaning, which is the connection to nature, and so that's part of a very small, very important part of me. And I actually never really I never thought that I have any kind of spiritual power. That was not me. Although I have to tell you that my great-grandfather, which is the grandfather of my mother, he was a Kabbalistic rabbi and a healer. A fact that I only knew a few years ago, because it was such a no-no in our family to have somebody like that in our family.
Yeah.
So I never knew that I have that gene, so the DNA of that. I actually wanted to be a painter, a sculptor. The person that I was most admiring, and I still do, is Pablo Picasso. I always wanted to be Picasso.
Yeah.
Because I just thought that he was an innovator. He was his line was sensuous. He was really trying to discover the world through his painting, and he was truly a fascinating person for me. We are both Scorpios, of course. So
you are doing all this in your own way. You're doing exactly what you wanted. It's just not with a paintbrush.
Yeah. I was born on Halloween, so what else can you can you ask?
That's a very special time. So you make your way
exactly.
to the United States from Israel, and you ended up in New York?
Yeah, so my wife was a professional dancer, and I was a professional artist, and we wanted to go and study in New York because New York is the capital of art, or at least that it was in the 70s and 80s. And we really wanted to learn, and then we never thought about staying here, but in New York. But life was good to us, and we started to succeed in our art careers. And she was performing everywhere, and I did a lot of shows in museums and galleries and stuff like that. And then until we had too many children, and then I stopped doing art, and then I started. And I couldn't hold on to that.
Yeah,
exactly.
It certainly is.
So I was doing advertising to support us, and then around the age of 40, I started to feel empty. I started to feel depressed. I started to feel like life. What is this meaning of life? Why am I doing all of that? And so I went through a few years of searching and deep depression, or I was looking at why am I here? What is the purpose of me being here? Not just to do all of that, and I won awards in creativity and advertising. We were a very creative agency, but it was not really. In the beginning, it was wonderful, and it was. But then, what else there is in our world, which is. In the Kabbalah, we are talking about the age of 40 as the age that you are entering into wisdom age, where you are starting to ask the big questions, and you already have your life experiences. You already know death and birth, and disappointment and love, and so you are experiencing all the range of emotions of humans, and so. That's where I was, and until I read a book by Hank Wasserman, Spirit Walker, and there's a lot of those questions that I had that was answered by his book, and I felt like I was on my way to Hawaii on the plane, and I kind of finished the book on the way there, and I was crying throughout the flight because it really touched me. And in the end of this book, he was writing about a workshop with Michael Harner. And when I came back to New York, there was a magazine with Michael Harner workshop at the New York Open Center, and I said, well, it's just too much of a coincidence. I should go take it.
Right.
And that was my first experience with shamanism. I never knew that I can see into spirit world and work with power animals and travel into other people's body or diagnose people's diseases, but that happened in that class, and it really excites me to know. And then I had an opportunity to take another workshop, and then I took another workshop with a person named John Perkins, and John Perkins became very famous later on with the Confession of Economic Hitman book that he wrote. And I went with him to Ecuador. And when he talked about his trip to Ecuador, I just knew it in my gut that I have to go. And I didn't know why. There was no reason for me to go because I had an advertising agency. We had deadlines. I had wife and children, and we never really had money. I couldn't get the money together, and like all the regular excuse of no money, no time. But I knew that I have to go there, and I scrapped whatever I did, and I went on this trip, and that trip changed my life because I met Don Jose Joaquin Pineda, and that opened my third eye, and I started to see, and then I did ayahuasca with a shuar in the Andes and in the rainforest. And I had this amazing visions on all of those experiences, which I wrote in my books. And then I made a commitment there to changed my advertising direction, and I started to work only with nonprofit organizations to change the world. And that's what I do now. I mean, I'm trying to bring the indigenous message to Western society because I truly believe that the way the Western society is going to be a nightmare. It's not a dream. The American dream became a nightmare. The economic system, the health system, the government system, the religious system, all of it is bankrupt, and we all feel that. We all know that. But we don't have an alternative. We don't have another solution. And I truly believe, deeply I believe, that the indigenous people, those people who are not contaminated by our nightmare dream, they hold the key for us to a better future. I have 5 grandchildren, and I'm dreading every morning when I wake up to open up the news and to listen to what's going on in our country, in our world. That there's nobody, that the people who are in charge or supposed to be in charge, the people who hijack our government, they don't have any vision of what our planet or our children should inherit in 20 years, in 50 years, in 100 years. We know, we see this all over our society, wars, famine, fires, earthquakes, floods, and we don't do anything about that. And I think that the only way we can do that is by creating a movement of a change in consciousness, and activism to bring all those values that indigenous people have into the forefront. And that's my life work now, is to create a tipping point where there'll be such a big mass of people who would demand that we will live in more honorable ways in our life here on this earth, not for ourselves. We will be going soon. I experienced in the last 10 years, I experienced a lot of near-death experiences for myself. And I know that I'm mortal, but I'm very concerned about your children, your grandchildren, and my grandchildren. What do they say? What do they do? What do they say about us? That we were asleep, that we did not wake up, that we will allow all those dictators in the world, all these money-grabbing people to take over our planet? What are we thinking? So that's my work. Is I'm trying to bring. There's also the main issue here in the Andes Summit is to bring people, and the people who came this time and last time are very powerful people who won Emmy Awards, people who are business people who have companies, and they are very influential people. I try to change the way they see the world, that they have to put their weight on changing the dream, that nightmare that we are living in now.
Well, that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you're doing, and that's one of the reasons we wanted you on the show. PK and I really support what you're doing, and we know our audience is very heartfelt about spiritual connection, and it's terrific endeavor, and we know it's not an easy one, but you've already become successful, with what you're doing with the last 2 events and your private practice where you work with people individually. And we're going to get into that because we want to get down also to the brass tacks of shamanism, the candle reading, La Limpia, all of these very amazing things that you do. So we're going to take a very short commercial and come back and find out all about this stuff. So everybody, you're listening to Supernatural Girls Radio, and we will be right back.
Pure essential oils, specialized minerals, and a revolutionary anti-aging technology. Astridian, combines the best of all scientifically proven ingredients in easy-to-use creams, lotions, and concentrated serums. Astridion's advanced line of products take your skin to a new level of being healthy and beautiful. We offer a variety of collections that address all your skin concerns. The Essential Anti-Aging Series treats and moisturizes your skin for a long-lasting, younger look. The Multivitamin Series promotes healthy skin with high-quality vitamins and minerals. The Sports Series restores skin from cellular damage and stress. Astridion also offers a revitalizing solution for hair and a professional series for doctors and medical spas. Visit astridion.love today and begin your new journey to healthy, beautiful, youthful skin. Astridion, beyond your expectations.
Are you ready for a new experience of freedom and powerful connection? Would you like a positive, effortless change in your life? Then come to CosmicFusion.com, where we offer the most advanced energy clearing and expansion techniques in the world, with a quantum vortex energy to activate your divine blueprint and life's purpose. When your soul leads the way with cosmic fusion and quantum vortex energy, you can break clear of past difficulties and blocks with the power of the source. With cosmic fusion, the source energy does the work for you. It's easy and effortless. Listen to our free meditation right from our Cosmic Fusion website, the Cosmic Code Meditation. Sign up for one of our interactive webinars today. Come to Cosmic Fusion, www.kosmicfusion.com, to experience an effortless awakening and transformation. Are you ready for an upgrade? Are you ready for a new experience of living in the fifth dimensional magic and powerful connection? Then visit CosmicFusion.com today. CosmicFusion.com.
Your property tax bill. Have you seen it lately? It's frightening. Your property taxes are going up while your home value is going down. It's time to fight back and win. For the real truth about the property tax system, get attorney Pat Quintilian's book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Attorney Quintilian answers all your questions and gives you the facts you need to fight a property tax bill that is spiraling out of control. You'll also read about what happens to property owners who don't check their property records, only to find out too late they're taxed on square footage, fixtures, and even buildings that they don't own. Is this happening to you? Learn your rights. Buy attorney Pat Quintilian's book today. Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Available on Amazon.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker. I am here with my co-host, PK, and our terrific guest tonight, Itzhak Beery. We are talking about all things shaman. So we have a list, Itzhak, from you of all these amazing things. PK, do you have an idea where you want to start? I mean, there's so many great things to talk about here. Gosh.
I'm absolutely mind-boggled. I'm just sitting here mesmerized by what he has to tell us. I'll let him go wherever he needs to go because whatever it is what we need to hear.
It's what we need to hear. Okay. Well, Itzhak, you started our conversation via email with shamanic divination techniques. So let's start there. What happens with these techniques that you use to, I guess, diagnose what's going on with someone at a soul level?
First of all, I have to say that it's not my techniques. It's technique that I learned from indigenous shamans in Ecuador or in the Andes, and also in Brazil, in the Amazonian Brazil, which is the two places where I travel more often. So the premise of all of it that we have a physical body, emotional body, and spiritual body, and our body is actually not a physical form. It is like anything else in the middle world or in the natural world, is a world of energy or energy particles that are moving in different vibration and different speed. They forming or creating a form that is creating our body. But what's really is you, what makes it you, your personality, is really not your body. Your body is just the housing or the hotel that your soul lives in, and the soul part is a energy form. You can call it the cloud in the computer world that contain your code, your life purpose, or what's the unique proposition for you to be here on this earth. What are you came here to do? So our body is an energy body that holds the soul, and the soul is unattached to our body. Our soul can go in and out and travel as it sometimes wish, and sometimes it happened to us spontaneously at night, where we are traveling to other places. Sometimes it looks to us like dreams, but our soul is what really defines who you are, what makes you uniquely you. The body itself is because it's an energy, it's creating energy, and that energy is spreading or radiating from our body, and many shamans can see through that, or you could see it as holograms or as energy form around the person. The belief system is that the person is this, like in a candle flame. The person is that wick, the center of that, and around us there is an energy field that is contain us, that protect us, very much like the atmosphere around the earth. We don't see the shell that hold that, or protecting us from the meteors or from other objects that's flying in the universe and the cosmos, but it's protecting us. It's giving us the opportunity to be alive. And in the same way, we have a North Pole above our head and the South Pole around below our feet. The North Pole sending positive ions. The South Pole sending us negative ions. And don't get confused with negative and positive, because negative is actually good and positive is sometimes it's not that good. But that's what creates the shield that protects us from negative energy, from traumas, from curses, from jealousy, from other energy that some people send your way, or some experiences that we have. That energy field, that orb, that eggshell, egg form around us, contain a lot of our traumas, a lot of our issues, a lot of ancestral experiences. And shamans know when they look at you, they don't see your body, they see your energy body. And then within that energy body, they can see it almost as holograms, issues that happen in your life that influencing your decision making, your action when you come for healing. So they don't really look at your clothes, they don't look at your hair, they don't look at your eyes, but they see, or they gaze over you to experience what is it, the root causes of your issues. And that is what I teach for people to be able to do. And it is very important for a shaman or any kind of a healer, not just a shaman, to be able to see that, because many times when people walk into my healing room, I already see the issues or the spirit or the trauma that they are bringing with them. So we can save a lot of time by not talking about the feeling or whatever psychotherapy is doing, but we can go and focus on the issue at hand. I mean, I can give you an example. For instance, so if a woman came here and there is a 3-year-old spirit around her, I can ask her if that spirit is a spirit of her son, or is that spirit of an aborted child that she had. And that issue many times happened where women carry that guilt feeling, or they're holding to that energy, and which create depression and anger and create all kind of different disease, because they never really grieve this problem. I mean, I can give you stories like that from here to the end of
let's
the
hear
program.
about it. Because are you talking about like when a woman comes to see you and she's lost a child to death, and then she's still carrying the energy of that child with her, and that can create this dissonance? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sometimes she carries that, or sometimes that spirit is still there next to her, or growing.
Okay.
I mean, she may not be aware of that spirit that's next to her. And I had a woman who once came to me, and then I saw that child, and I spoke to her about that, and she said that yes, she wants to have a child, but and I told her that the child, that spirit, was still not born. It was not even conceived, but he was all around her, and the boy that she was supposed to have said to me that he is not ready yet to come. And that really confirmed a lot of her feelings that she's not ready yet to be a mother, which was a very beautiful thing for her, because she was so much under pressure by her husband and by her family to have a child. But that boy said to her, and the boy really looked like her husband.
Wow.
But that child said to me that he's not really ready yet to come. That give him another year or two to be ready to manifest into her body. So this is just one example, and there's many of those issues. Like I have visitors from another lifetime. Great grandmothers coming to teach their granddaughter a ceremony that they were doing as shamans 100 years ago, or other spirit that bring people in so that I can talk to them through that, through them. I can talk through the client, through them, So
through them. I remember you saying last time you were here also that sometimes people come to you and they have a serious illness. But when you look at them, what you see is that they're supposed to be following a shamanic path, and they're not. And it's creating a real physical problem with them. Yes,
that's true.
Tell us about that.
Well, maybe one of those stories is a woman came to me once, and she was a beautician, blonde, all made up. I could not tell where she came from. She looked like half Swedish, half who knows what. But she was dressed very well, like all her nails, everything was just really perfect packaging. And I was looking at the candle, and I was looking at her, and in the candle, it talked to me, told me that she's a Peruvian from a long line of shamans, and she needs to be doing shamanic work. She needs to be the shaman. I offered her to sit in my chair, and I would sit in her chair to exchange because. And her face like really fell down. And she said, "That's true. That I am from Peru." And I told her, "I see the house it's near Machu Picchu." She had her ancestry had a house there with a beautiful jaguar head on the a stone over the entrance. Because they used to be very powerful shamans there, and her father is still a shaman. But she said that she doesn't want to do this work because it's very poor, and she doesn't want to be poor anymore. She want to be beautiful. She want to have what we have. And this will go back to what I said before. She really want to be American dream. In many ways, she did. And I told her at that time, listen, you don't really have much of a choice. If you don't do that work, you will get sick because energy of a healer needs to be manifested. If you are in a life of service or healing and you don't do this work, you're creating diseases for yourself. So you could heal yourself to manifest to manifest what you came here to do. And 2 years later, she came back to me and she said, "I have cancer."
Oh, God.
Yeah. She's not the only one. When I see people that are born to be healers, to have a life of service, it is very important for them to actually do that, because to find a job that they can manifest that work with them. Because if they don't, they create havoc in their life. They create disease in their life, so they can do the healing on themselves. And why? So our society is not really encouraging people to become healers, to become to fulfill their life purpose, because they think that they need to get money. And money is really not the purpose of all of it. And I never saw anybody whose life purpose is to make money.
Right. Now, what happened to this lady? We want to know. Did she end up healing herself, I hope?
Well, she sent her husband, but she went to chemotherapy. Yeah, I can't tell you. It's not the only one. I think maybe I told you about another story about a very famous singer who came here because her life was destroyed because she's possessed and all this energy speaking through her, and it turned out that behind her there was three women who pushed her in, and I spoke to those women and I said, what are you doing? And she says, well, she needs to be doing healing, and that's why we brought her here, so that you can tell her. And when I told her about these three women, she knew them, and
oh my,
they were in the spirit world, and she knew them, and it turned out that her mother was a very famous healer in the islands, and their relationship was so bad that she never wanted to be like her mother. Mm-hmm. But she was like her mother. She needed to accept that she's so gifted in that healing department, but she refused to listen. And then her disease was so bad. We did a lot of extraction and cord cutting and a lot of work to have her back again. And when I saw her later, she said, she started to do that, and she's now doing better. And so, so that what I wanted to say is that in that area, in this energy field all around us, we are not alone. There are spirits that are surrounding us all the time, and in many ways leading us or guiding us to do our work. And most of us think that they hear voices, or they are not taking it seriously. They have gut feeling, but they don't follow up on them. But it's really those spirits that guide us, and we must listen to those spirits.
And we certainly pay a price if we don't, according to what you're seeing in their energy.
Yes. Well, this is really what I'm trying to do, is to listen, to have people listen to that. If it's negative energy, if it's energy of a negative spirit, then we remove them. But if it's an energy that is actually speaking to those people to step into their life purpose, then that's what I do. Is I connect them to their soul purpose, and so they are aligned with their purpose. And that doesn't mean that they have to change their work or to change their life, but they have to come from a different intention. Because you can be in service.
Interesting.
Because you can be a bus driver, and you can do that from the healing way, where you respect every person. You pay attention to every passenger, and you say good morning. You are holding space for people for healing. Or you can be a bus driver, or that you're grabbing power, or you can be a person that seeks love from the passengers. The job is not that important. The important part is that you will do what you need to do from the place where your soul came to do.
Exactly. Now, when you've also seen people, I would imagine, with serious illnesses, and it's not related to the fact that they should be healers. So what other kinds of disturbances create these diseases?
Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, each person is different. You know, like I had a woman once, she had a chronic pain in her left shoulder for years. She was 83 when she came to me. It turned out that in the spirit world, I met her mother, who was a Holocaust survivor, and she was holding her nails in her shoulder. I did not know that she had that pain, you know, before she came to me. It actually was a phone session. But so I met her mother, and the mother told me that when she was in the Holocaust, she let go of her husband, and they took him. And she vowed not to let go of any person that she loved. But in that way, she was holding her daughter so hard in her left shoulder that she created pain, and she refused to let go of her. So it took about an hour of conversation with her mother in the spirit world to ask her to release. And lo and behold, once she let go of it, the pain was gone.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just wonderful. Oh, my goodness. That is really terrific. Now, if you can you talk to us about the candle reading that you do? Because I know a lot of people have been just texting me, talk to them about the candle reading. What do you do with that? Because it sounds like a very exciting thing that gives a lot of information about a person.
Yes. So the candle, a white candle, and I heard you were doing some candles there too.
Yes.
The best to use is a natural wax paper candle, but any candle can do, as long as it's white. You rub the candle over your body, and the candle absorbs the body energy, or the physical, emotional, and spiritual energy. It's like sponge it into itself. And so for your listeners, you can just take a candle and you rub it. You close your eyes and you rub the candle over your top of your head, your hair, your face, your left hand, your right hand, your entire body, your legs, your back, and you close your eyes and concentrate. You bring all the issues, the problems, the questions that you are facing, and embed it into the candle, into the wax. And if you don't have anybody to read candle for you, you can just put the candle down and burn it all the way down and let it go. So that way, the energy that was taken away is eliminated. But when you do the candle reading, you're lighting the candle and you look at the flame and the wax and the wicks. And there's a system that I'm teaching how to read it. And for many people who have done these workshops, we have a 95% success for people who are doing it for the first time. But I have to tell you that I learned this the hard way, like more in the indigenous way. I sat behind my teacher for 3 years, and I asked him to teach me, and he never really wanted to. He never said a word. He just shushed me, and he said, just put your intention. And I said, Don Jose, how can you do that? How can you be so precise every time? What do you see in the candle? And I was very frustrated because I looked at the candle and the candle looked to me like a candle, but nothing else.
Yeah.
So after 3 years, after 3 years, I was sitting behind him and I looked at the candle and I said to him, Don Jose, this woman have a problem in her stomach. She has digestive problem and she is full of fear. And he looked at me and he said, shh. He said, he shushed me. And that was a great compliment because I finally got it. But that's the way indigenous people teach. So I started to take all those understanding that I have about the candle and the flame and the wax, and I wrote it down as a system. And that system now I'm teaching, and I do that in a day. And people now all over the world are using it in their practices, and not necessarily shamans. There are some psychotherapists, some massage therapists, some body workers that they're all using this system. And it's very easy because what you see inside brings you so many understanding or visions about the person that it cuts the therapy by 8 years.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Gosh.
Well, I had a woman.
Now,
I had a woman once in Poland that
let me
let
me just ask you one question. Does it always start with the person taking the white candle and rubbing it all over their body? That's always step one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Do you start from the head down, or
yes? You always start from. Every healing you start with the crown, because the crown is the beginning. Is where spirit comes in, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's opening. That's opening where the baby is not not closed. That's the crown.
Right. Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
So you always start from the crown and you always go down, and you always start on the left side because the left side is the feminine side, is the heart side, it's the side that asks for permission. So you always do the left side first and the right side later. It's opposite from white people, Western people philosophy.
Yes.
So you always start with the feminine side. You don't start with the masculine side. So you always start from the top. You go all the way down, and you let the candle absorb your physical, emotional, spiritual energy. Now, when you look at the candle, you look at the flame, the shape of the flame. If it goes up very, very tall, that means that the person is seeking spirituality because it goes up into the heavens. If it's round, it has a more roundish feel to it. If If it's a zigzag flame, it indicates for people who are interested in aliens or abducted by aliens. And so yes.
Really?
And it's always true. It's always true.
Oh my God! Wait a second. Hold the phone. This is really cool.
Yeah,
so a zigzag flame. Yeah, because we have a lot of people interested in this. The zigzag flame it means that somebody has had an alien abduction. That's the best thing I've ever heard. Okay. That's so amazing. And you said it's always right.
It's always right. And the thing about that is that when you do the reading and you see that, you can't just say, "Oh, I see that you are interested in aliens, or you've been abducted by aliens," because those people may have a very traumatic experiences with that. So you want to learn how to do Platica, which is the consultation that I was talking about. It's a language of shamans or counselors, how to speak to people. So you find a way to bring this subject in a way that is not too difficult for people to hold. So you may want to ask questions around that subject. Do you believe in UFOs or in aliens? Mm-hmm. Have you had an experience with? Have you seen a movie about that? So you kind of like prepare that, because sometimes I had people that were experienced that, and it was a secret. They never really shared it with anyone. So
wow,
here you are opening a person up, you seeing something for them that they're not really ready yet to admit or to be part of it. So you want to be very careful about how you talk to that person. You also have to see what kind of culture it comes, or he or she comes from, because some cultures accept that, like the people in the Amazon or in the Andes where they have more experience with the UFOs. For them, it's an everyday life. But for a WASP woman from Connecticut, it's a shame. It's something that she never really believed in, and all of a sudden she experienced that. So you have to find out. You have to direct it to speak to the language of the person who you speak to, and take into account the cultural belief system that they own.
So when you find this zigzag flame, and what are your thoughts then and your experience with how that alien abduction affects a person's energy? Do you see into their energy that it's been changed or manipulated somehow?
Well, the flame changed because those aliens or UFOs change that energy field of that person, and most likely that person is a little traumatized, or they have fear, or they have it's just the energy changed. That's why the flame changed.
Oh, okay.
The flame is a reflection of the energy body of a person. So, and you could see that a person, let's say, a person who have a lot of fear, a lot of negative energy or curses, or the color of the flame is dark. It's black and brown and gray. And the person who is more happy or more the color is more yellow, orange. People who have jealousy in their life, there is flickers of light, of green light in that. So that every color in the flame represents different quality or different feelings. And I teach out, how you do that, and of course the blue underneath, which is the vitality of the person, is where the oxygen meets the fire or the weak.
Mm-hmm.
That create the blue, and the blue is indicates the vitality of the person. So if the blue is very low, that means that the vitality or the sacred fire of that person is very low, and you want to increase that. You want to increase more passion and creativity in that person, and you want to ask yourself why that person is not. And most likely for people like that, there is a dark energy sitting on top of that fire, on top of that blue, and that indicates trauma. And sometimes you can, when you look at the flame and the colors and the location of the trauma on the wick, you can tell exactly the age of the trauma that happened, and that's what I use for many ways to cut short into the soul retrieval, or to work with people to find out when abuse or trauma happened. And for many people, sometimes they don't remember that, and which is the nature of trauma or the soul loss.
Right.
But through that exercises that we do, I open that up in a way that is honoring that experience, and a lot of issues comes up, and that's part of the healing. The wick inside the flame represent the person that stands in the center of that energy orb that is around us, like the one thing I was telling you before, right? So
yes,
if you see the wick and you divide it into the body part of our body, you can tell sometimes if person have an issue of thyroid, or if they have an issue of lungs or heart or stomach. But all these issues are always connected to the spiritual part or the soul part or trauma that they experience. It's not necessarily always just physical, because the physical is the manifestation of trauma or soul loss that happened. So, which is very interesting.
So you can
because,
really make a difference in very specific ways with the candle reading. There's a tremendous amount of information that you can get just from one candle reading. That's incredible.
Yes, I can tell you a story about a woman from Brazil. She came for healing, and she decided that she's not going to. Usually when I do a reading, I have a conversation or platica with the client. So we're peeling the onion layers one by one. But she decided she's not going to talk to me. She's either I'm going to be good or not. And so she did the candle, and I lit the candle, and she was just sitting in front of me like a sphinx, like no expression on her face. And I told her, listen, I don't really like it, because I feel like you're testing me. And she says, well, I want to see if you are good.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was looking at the candle, and I said to her, listen, I think that you have the valve in your heart on the left side is inflamed, and the blood is not closing. So now this is what Spirit tells me. I don't know, and she didn't say any word. So I was just I felt like really stupid, and I continued and said to her, listen, they're going to give you antibiotics, but this antibiotic is not going to work. And then she pulled out from her bag manila envelope, and it was an MRI test that she just came back from the doctor, which said that she have an inflated valve in her left chamber of her heart, and the blood did not close, and they gave her this antibiotic that didn't work. So
there you go. Oh my God!
So,
And you were able to read all of this from the candle. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you can do
Amazing.
that too.
That's incredible. Well, now I've got a question because I'm getting all these questions from people in text, and they're saying, "Okay, can we learn this with Itzhak over the internet? Do you teach this online, or do people have to be there with you in person? Because now they're all excited; they want to learn how to do this."
Right.
I wrote about it in my books, and especially the last book, The Shamanic Healing, the Ancient Medicine for the Modern World. I gave like step by step how to read it with the different colors and the different things, and you can try that and to do that. It's very hard to do it online because the camera doesn't take all the different colors and different experiences.
Okay.
It's way better to do it in person, and not only that, but it's very difficult to do a reading for yourself. It's always better to do it for other people because you're not very objective.
Right.
You would not see what other people see in you. I teach that in my classes here in New York. Sometimes, and then sometimes I was teaching it in many different places in Israel and Turkey and Italy and Amsterdam and Poland and all over.
I also see that you're on the faculty at Kripalu, which is in my neck of the woods. Do you ever come up and teach it there?
No. I would love to teach it there. I don't know if they're ready for that. It may be too native, but I teach there the shamanic approach to trauma, and we with Monique Lang we're doing psychotherapy and shamanic work together through experiential work. It's a very powerful workshop, but I don't teach that particular technique. I can ask them if they're interested in that.
Yeah, please do. We have a lot of people in Massachusetts and New York that listen to the show that would come to Kripalu for the day and work with you on that. So please keep us posted if that comes to pass.
Yeah.
We'll put it right on our Facebook page and on the website because, again, I'm getting a lot of questions from people about the candle reading. They're very fascinated by it, and it just sounds like a wonderful opportunity to learn from you. So do let us know. That's a big interest factor here.
I'll be in Kripalu in November, I think, for another work on trauma. It's a very popular course, and we had it last year, actually this year in February, and we're going to do it again from a different place, more from the soul purpose direction.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, I'm going to follow you on that because that's nearby, so I could come and say hello in person.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I would love that.
I'd love to have lunch with you there. Not in the
Wouldn't
morning
that be
because
great?
in the morning they don't allow us to talk.
Okay. Well, if they're going to be like that, then we'll just have to have lunch. That's all. That's okay.
I'm jealous.
Well, I know, really. You're going to have to come out, PK. We'll all go. But now, Limpia, we only have a few minutes left, but I did want to talk about that a little bit with you. Tell us a little bit about Limpia.
So if you think about the candle flame and the wick in the center, what the shamans do is they clean the energy field around the person. That energy field that contain all the traumas, the issues, the ancestry problems, all the negative energy, what we call. And some of those negative energies are attachment of a negative energy on your body, or more maybe energy that goes into your body and create diseases. See, negative energy come down, and negative energy is a dark energy that is heavy energy that sits on your body, that goes down and sits on your body. And if in the beginning, it sits like on your skin, and then it goes into your tissues, and then into your bones, and then into your organs. And that's what creates disease. And so the idea, the native way of doing it is by constantly clearing the energy field that you are containing. You know that everywhere you go, you are carrying your energy footprint to any room, to any place that you're meeting people. Every person is containing this energy field, and it passes on to another person. If you sit next to somebody on the plane or on a bus or on a train, that energy from that person that sits next to you, and I'm sure you know that, right? You were just fine before,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden
don't go out.
Right. Okay.
I'm not kidding. I would prefer to stay here. For that reason. I know you're telling the truth. This absolutely has an effect.
Absolutely. So what you want to do, you do need to go out, but you need to clean yourself. You need to sage yourself. You need to blow trago on yourself, work with plants or work with aqua florida. So what the shamans do is they clean the energy field around you. They embedded it with beautiful energy or life energy of plants and perfume, and then they seal it with the rocks or with they protect your energy field, and then they harmonize it with sound vibrations. And what the effect of that for people who are experiencing it is that they feel like 10 years left of them. It's like they feel refreshed. I mean, sometimes I see people's faces when I do these ceremonies. They come so depressed, so angry, and then they become new again. They become like children again. It's such a beautiful, powerful ceremony. So that's La Limpia. Limpia is cleansing. That's the word.
Okay.
To limpia, or limpia is a cleansing, so removing of negative energy or purifying the energy of field around the person. And the effect is amazing, because some people, I had one guy who was very distressed and he couldn't sleep, and he slept 24 hours, and he called me and he says, is that normal? is that normal? And so it changes the energy field around you, the balance between the positive ions and the negative ions. So the negative ions is what we call chi, the energy that comes from the earth, from the plants, from the trees, from the ocean, from sea salt. When you go to the ocean, you feel that energy, right? When you have plants, you feel that freshness. But the energy of the sun, the energy of around midday, that's energy that is full of positive ions. And we are surrounded with a lot of positive ions through all this electricity, all our cell phone, all our computers. They are emitting energy, and that energy is the positive ions, and it's not a healthy energy.
That's been
for
proven.
us.
Yes,
it changes the way the balance between the positive and negative ions in our body, and sometimes we are so poisoned by the positive ions that we are losing our balance, and we don't even know why.
We need more of the negative ions. Well, unfortunately, Itzhak, this hour and a half has gone way too fast. It has been so delightful. Oh, my goodness. You are so delightful and so full of great information for us and our audience, and we're very, very grateful to you. Now, everybody, you can get a hold of Itzhak on his website, Itzhak Beery, that's BEERY.com, and theandysummit.com, right? That's the second one. So
yes.
Feel free to reach out and sign up for that Ecuadorian trip. keep an eye on Itzhak's schedule. Maybe I'll see you up there at Kripalu. And until next week, everybody, we will see you on the Blue Highway. And what a great night. Thank you so much, Itzhak.
It has been. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
We're going to have you back, so you'll be getting a call.
Well,
Thank you.
I have so much more to say.
I know. Well, you got to come back. We're going to have you back, no question. No question. But lots of love to you for all you do, and we'll reschedule you for very soon. Good night, everyone.
Okay.
Good night.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another radio adventure with Supernatural Girls.
Itzhak, you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Of course.
Oh, thank you so much. That was fabulous. That was so wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I do hope that you come to Kripalu.
I will. I definitely will.
I forgot that. I think it's. Where are you? Are you close by?
Yeah, I'm in the Berkshires of Massachusetts.
Oh,
so
my
Kripalu
God.
is probably 45 minutes away. It's not that far at all.
Oh, no. I mean, it's right there.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
I'll
what
be sure to come.
day. Yeah, there's another guy that is. What's his name was? But I tell you where it is. November, I think. Oh yeah, November 17th to the 22nd. That's a whole week.
Oh, great. Well, we'll definitely get.
It's Unleash Your Soul Potential, Shamanism and IFS Psychotherapy.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, do ask them if they're willing to give you a day to do the candle stuff, because everybody was so fascinated by that. And it is something, if you can teach it in a day, you're likely to get a pretty good crowd for that. So I know people would love, and I would pass the word around here also to let people know to come and learn this from you, because it just is so exciting. You can get that much personal information from that. It just it's terrific.
Maybe the next program we can do on palm reading, shamanic palm reading. That's my new thing.
That's your new thing?
Because
right, and we'll have you back for that one.
It's so interesting because you don't need candles, you don't need anything, but you just look at the hands, and I do that online. This I can do online, and I do.
This one you can, okay.
Yeah, I do palm reading online because I wrote it down, and I have all these materials that. Last year we did it also online, when we had people from all over the world, and it was really fantastic. And any kind of person who works with people can use that. It's very beautiful. Well,
let me know if you're going to do that again, because like I said, I will be happy to repost that for people in our audience. We'll put it on the Facebook page, we'll put it on our website, and we'll just keep expanding that out so people know they can get this online class from you.
Okay.
Because, again, everything today is, people hate to travel so much. They really enjoy the ease of the online experience. And so for something like that, I think you'd get another big crowd for that type of thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
That sounds so exciting. Well, definitely, please don't hesitate to send me emails and keep me in the loop with everything you're doing, and I'll keep spreading the word, and we'll have you back for another show. This was so much fun, and it just went too fast.
It went very fast. I was a little worried about an hour and a half, but my God.
It went quick.
It
felt like we were just, it felt like we were on the air for 10 minutes. I mean, it just felt that quick, but it was so, You did such a great presentation, and all of your insight I know our audience is thrilled with. So I would love to have you back. Let's see about maybe if you're free sometime in August, the beginning of August or something, we'll schedule you again. So
the second week of August, I'll be there. I'm going to be in the beginning of August. I'm going to Colorado.
Okay.
I'm teaching there, but I'm coming back on the first after the first week of August. I'll be there. I'm here.
You're there in New York. Okay. All right. Let's plan
yeah.
on that then. We'll plan on that for sure. This has been delightful. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're very,
this is
very
great.
welcome. Thank you for both of you.
Oh, our pleasure.
Okay.
Well, you take care of yourself, and I'll be in touch very soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.